So I had a conversation with a friend the other day that I thought it was important to discuss it with you because I think it's something that a lot of people go through. And I just want to share my perspective on it. It's my perspective. It doesn't necessarily means it's the right perspective, but it's my perspective. So this friend was telling me and how she's unhappy, she wants a change, she doesn't like her life, she doesn't like anything that's happening, she's lonely, she is just miserable at the moment. And I told her after listening to her that, my understanding is that our emotions are our greatest compass, our greatest teller in what's happening. If we're not feeling good, it really means there's something that's misaligned in our lives, something that's not right, and our emotions are telling us to look at something. Something is not aligned. And I told her, I was like, you really should be looking at what's making you unhappy. At what part or point of your life is the misalignment. Go there and stare at it and ask questions and find out what is happening. And you have to commit to it because it's not an easy task. However, if you do look at it, it becomes easier and it becomes clearer. And all of a sudden you know what you need to do. You know what you need to change. You know what you need to look at to make the changes so that feeling goes away. All of a sudden you're happy and you're at peace and you're not feeling like there's something wrong. And then she gave me a lot of reasons and why she can't do that and how hard it is and how I don't understand because I'm not lonely like she is, and I replied by, it's not my understanding. Like, my perspective is that I'm not truly going to understand what you're going through because it's your life. It's your perspective and how you're seeing life. I was like, but I could tell you what the tools I've used in my life in the past that has helped me tremendously. And one of them is really looking at it. Instead of running away from what's causing the misalignment, it's actually turning around and looking at it. I told her, you're carrying around a luggage of trauma with you. Like, I know her background and I know there's a lot of trauma. And I know she has done no healing. But I'm like, you're walking around carrying this trauma. And you're not opening up that luggage to look at what's in there. And I was like, I know it's scary. But I promise you, when you look at it, it will disappear. The monsters will go away. But you have to commit because it is probably the scariest shit you do in your life. But when you realize that it's not real, you're going to become lighter. All of a sudden, the changes that you need to make in your life to get you into alignment, to get into the flow, will be clear and available for you to just jump in. The luggage is like our shadow, our dark side. It really tells us how we should act and behave. When we look in that luggage, when we turn the light on into those shadows, into those traumas, all of a sudden, we're able to see the cobwebs. We're able to see the faults, the mess, the holes, the dirt. We're able to see all of it. And a lot of people close the luggage and run away. They can't bear to look at it again. And they just choose to carry on the luggage as long as they don't have to look at it. But those who are brave enough to actually go through that and look at the shit that's in that luggage, all of a sudden it's not so scary. You could take a piece of trauma at a time and actually shake off the dust and look at it for what it is and discard it, what you don't need. And then all of a sudden, those who survive, those who were able to look in their luggage and see the crap, they can say, yes, I have this shit with me, but I am good enough. I am worthy for whatever else life brings because I know I could deal with it. I just looked at my crap and I'm still here. And all of a sudden, those crazy, scary monsters that were in the luggage, the trauma, all of a sudden they're gone. And that is how you face your shadows. And that's how you walk hand in hand with your shadow, with your dark side. It's all you should have. All your, I should, I had, the guilt, the crap that we carry with us from a misalignment, a misunderstanding. And we could look at it and shine a light into it. And all of a sudden, the monster is gone. And we are more at peace. We're happier. But it takes a lot of courage to do that. And a commitment. Because it is some scary stuff to have to relive a lot of the past. I have to look at the things that we blame ourselves for. The shame, the guilt. It is not an easy task at all. It's probably one of the hardest things you'll do. But I promise you, when you do it, all of a sudden your life is lighter and you're happier and things just make more sense. You're connected. You're with the flow. A new opportunity rises up from out of nowhere. You run into people that are able to offer you something unexpected that all of a sudden you're happy, you're excited, life is changing, life is in the flow. But it takes that ounce of courage to just put down the luggage and look at the shit that you've been carrying. Anyways, that was our discussion. I don't think she's ready. I wish she was ready. But I don't think my friend is ready to look at her luggage. And this, like I said, this doesn't necessarily means that I'm right. And that's what she should do, and that will solve her problems. But it is my perspective on the problem. It is what I have done in the past, facing my shadows. And there's still a lot more shadows I need to face, and I'll get there. But right now, this is where I am. And it's a beautiful place. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful day.